welcome. And I hope the sound limiter, well, that was pretty loud. So, welcome to the Good Info Cafe, where multiple intelligences meet each day. And I really like Sean's comments about multiple intelligence and the other subjects. So awesome. Right, so it was about multiple intelligence and the political. So maybe I'll address those. The Good Info Cafe is where I make a commitment to be faithful and true and promise to help you maintain the good or feel even better at our cafe of meeting for the breaking of info bread, where I meet with you each and every day. People do not live by bread alone. So these are thoughts for food. You get nourishment from the Good Info Cafe. So get ready for some nectarous music. Get ready for some zesty music. Wholesome music, zesty fun, buttery hope, and chocolatey, big, serious, helpful concepts in the pursuit of truth. Pursuit of truth. I have a bias, and that is pursuing the truth. I don't always do it, but that is what a goal of mine is pursuing the truth. So welcome to the Candid and Humble Sinners Seeking Good. And I got my keyboard on because I want you to learn how to do harmony. So, la, if I hit a la, si, you hit a ah, or do a la. So if I go la, you go la. Here we go. La, la. And you're going la, la, you go. La, you do the la. Oh, I know, I'll hit it here. So I go la, la. That's a 4 half steps, a major third. So get your harmonies going. And today, one of the things I'll be doing this month is coming up with when's a good time to sing something, that the information may be delivered better. You know, I'm the chef at the Good Info Cafe, so I want to make the thoughts for food delectable. I want to make them wholesome, nutty, delicious, succulent. I'm trying to, I have my, so I have my kippah, yarmulke, atonement to God. I worship the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Don't forget the Serenity Prayer. And the basic concept is to accept that which you cannot change and change or maintain that which you should. So I say this every day. My New Year's resolution is to say this, a prayer to God, to stay with God. I'm trying to stay with God, not just, oh, it's prayer time, now I'm going to connect with God. I'm trying to stay with God at all times. Haven't done it at all times, but much closer, and I'm doing it much more. So that's the basic idea, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two, because then you know your priorities, your actions. So anyway, join in me with the Serenity Prayer, or an ethical thought to the universe for those who don't believe in God. But there's no such thing as an atheist. Atheists don't exist. That's just made up by man to run away from God. And agnostics, whenever I've really asked them, they're not sure they're an agnostic or not. So just remember that. So the music to do a deer, a female deer, red drop of golden sun. Me her name I call myself, a long way to run. I think maybe I'll use that to teach music to those who, anyway, just any musicians, anyone who doesn't think they're a musician but can carry a tune, or you can you have good rhythm, or if you don't have any of that, you're not expected to sing or do rhythm. You're invited to be an appreciator of music. So the subject today is regurgitators. They've demonized conspiracy theorists, And conspiracy theories are not bad. If you always see a conspiracy, then that is a problem, and you could be labeled a conspiracy theorist in the true way, where that's a negative thing if you always see a conspiracy. But a conspiracy is just two or more people conspiring to do harm, to do something illegal, to do something bad. So most events have two or more. If it's just one person acting, then that's what it is. But regurgitators are the ones who take the official story and just regurgitate it because they don't want to critically think. They want to be told how to think. They want to just move on with their lives and not take action. And that's against the serenity prayer to God. There are things you should be changing, things that you should be maintaining, the good, and things that you shouldn't try to change or deal with because it's just inevitable. Anyway. Then the miscellaneous. I'm going to talk some more about the MI, multiple intelligences. And so, Sean, great comments. Just know that there are people who our culture has overemphasized, and that is what Howard Gardner said. Howard Gardner said one of his reasons was the limitation of the definition of intelligence. And people who push back, once again, it all makes sense. Everyone's got something to offer, and everyone's good at something. So the ones who attack the multiple intelligences mean that they probably have gone real far with this, and they don't want a new definition. It's not a new definition of intelligence to take it away because they're logical, mathematical. They're visual, spatial, good with words, good with numbers, and they've gone far, and they don't like that there's other intelligences. And so that will tell you, anyone who's going after it, is not really critically thinking, not using all their intelligences, and usually are here. So it tells you something about them. So even someone who's analytic can go after this because they're stuck in logic and they really get scared with a lot of these other ones. And Brent posted something on his Patreon. I can scratch over here. And it was naturalistic intelligence. And also there's examples I gave of careers that these things lead to, or just a few of lots of careers with these multiple intelligences, and a lot of people are more than one. But if you're just one, focus on that. And it's okay to be all nine. But none of them are good if you don't have ethical, moral intelligence, empathy, opposite of psychopath, sociopath. So if you're opposite, then it doesn't matter about all these. Oh, great. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so this. You're so incredible. Well, if you don't have good moral, ethical intelligence, I almost said a bad word. So, and here is, this would be, okay, this could be my question of the day. I might have more than one question of the day. But what is this? Did it say it anywhere on here? I don't think it does. That will be, if you get this right, or the first one to get this right, can make a request of a song or a subject to, or some request about the channel. So, what else? Oh, so multiple intelligences. Everybody has something to contribute to the world. Everyone's created by God, and then God waits to see where you go, what you do with your choices. And some people run away from God, and some people really support God and follow. So everybody has something to offer. So everybody out there, I am pointing, keep going. You are valuable. And if you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. I did use that in my life. Get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. Everybody watching this has value. Your choice if you use it. That's your choice. You have free will. Now it's like lecture. But I do want to point to say, hang in there. The cavalry is coming. Tie a knot and hang on. You are valuable. Oh, and also I wanted to say that you're valuable. And the other thing is you're valuable. So there are people who fight against this because they really don't like competition. So they're going to try to push. And so they've destroyed so many incredibly talented people, musical, rhythmic, naturalistic, interpersonal, and then they sell their art after they're dead, after the machine of the world, the beast of the world destroys them, and they sell Van Gogh's paintings for millions of dollars. Well, the culture was not good to him. There were individual people who were. So my question was, what is this? That's the question of the day. And whoever I can see on the comments that figured it out first and got it correct. And you got to be specific. You can get partial. And if they only have a partial, then that partial will get a partial request. But if you get it exactly right, because there's 3 words you can say that make that exactly. They would tell me you know exactly. And I see the time. So I'm going to give a grade to Toto from The Wizard of Oz, which means I'm giving a grade to Frank Baum, because he created Toto in Toto, and I am honoring the God of Israel. Once again, Jesus never said he wasn't Jewish, and he's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and I honor him, and I'm atoning for my sins. And I am trying to fix my logo that'll say the teacher, the sinner. It's only partially says that. Over a guitar, my gut guitar, Great Uncle Tony's L5 from 1938. Which reminds me, it's at my dad's and get it and do another song on that guitar. It's incredible. So Toto is going to get a grade. Toto is getting a grade because Dorothy said, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. Dorothy was addressing Toto, I think, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, and we're not in Kansas anymore. And then Toto pulled the curtain when they were shaking at the wizard. That's what so much of the worldly stuff is the wizard. And then the wizard and the worldly people are really, the control freaks, are really behind a curtain. So Toto gets an A+. A+ for Toto, because Dorothy had somebody to bounce ideas off of. I think we're not in Kansas anymore, or we're not in Kansas anymore. Got Toto to give her some comfort. And then Toto pulled that curtain. So Toto gets an A+. And then I guess I'll say my other question of the day. The reason Kanye stood down after Candace Owens put words in his mouth, and then he's like, I'm out of here. He still is a big supporter of President Trump. And he's on the Joe Rogan show, and I think that's going to be released pretty soon. And he verified he's still in Trump's camp. But what was the reason why Kanye stood down? What was the reason? I think I have an idea. All right, Regurgitators. So, and I see the time, so I'm going to try to go between 10 and 15 is what I'm looking at. Maybe I'll do this one since it's up there. The death penalty. Did I do that one? Yeah, I did. Anyone who purposely takes an innocent life forfeits their right to life. That's my view of the death penalty. So now the subject is regurgitator, so I'll take that off. And we put it through the eye flap. Oh, and the Good Info Cafe 20, I don't even know if it's showing, 2019, phase 2. I'm going to call it phase 2. Welcome. And I have to put it through the processor, regurgitator, putting it through, accurate, authentic, accessible, da-da-da-da. All right, regurgitator. They just accept the official story. And that's just as bad as someone who sees a conspiracy everywhere. So be ready to use that. That's really the purpose out here. Somebody, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Well, you're just a regurgitator. So use regurgitator to demonize those who just spout what they just read. They have their what's it called? Their echo chamber. And so, yes, try to get outside the echo chamber. Hear all perspectives from liberals, Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, all over the political spectrum. And I agree with what Sean was saying about that. But the test, the political compass is libertarian, authoritative, and statist, and I forget. Anyway, it's not by political party. But now I'm gonna say goodbye to you.